So by show of hands, how many of you have ever had a bad boss? Everybody knows the pain, that it sucks, right? Now keep those hands held high if you've not just had a bad boss, but if you were a bad boss. What happened? Where did all the hands go? So why is it that everybody knows a bad boss, but for some reason, nobody is a bad boss? Because there's some sort of bad boss bandit crew roaming the nation, terrorizing employees one cubicle at a time? Or have we all worked for Three Stooges and just shared the pain of having to put up with them? Well, I have moved 42 times in 21 years, and I can tell you this. Bad bosses live everywhere. Everywhere. The reason why I study bad bosses is because I've been a bad boss. And I will tell you this. The reason why we all know a bad boss, but nobody admits to being a bad boss, is because we tend to judge ourselves by our intentions, but we judge others by their actions. Let me say that again. We judge ourselves by our intentions, but we judge others by their actions. And this is important for a couple of big reasons. First, how often have you ever tried to maintain your own ego by taking claim for what you meant to do, even though what you actually didn't quite work out as you had hoped? We might mean well, but we don't always do good. And second, and more importantly, we all view the world through our own lens. Look at the person sitting beside you. Are they the same as you? Do they have the same experience as you? They're all different. Because they're different, all of us look at the world through our own experiences, meaning that the same person can be loved and loathed for the exact same thing. But some bosses are just loathed. They're the yellers, the tellers, and the good old fellows. They're the ones that don't understand that their actions have consequences on people. They think that when this happens, it's their fault. The thing is, most people, when they quit a job, don't do it on TV, but they also do it because of their boss, not because of the money. So if it's not the money, then it must be the people we work with, right? I mean, after all, the next generation, they're not nearly as driven as us. They're lazy, they're entitled, right? Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, traditionalists said it about boomers, who said it about Gen Xers, who said it about millennials, who are saying it about centennials, and I'm sick of passing the buck. How about you? Is it time for somebody to stand up and say, I want to be a good boss? I want to be the one that engages people, that unleashes the potential and possibility that rests within relationships. I want to align what I do with what I say and who I am. Because when I do that, I build relationships, and relationships are the opposite of the boss hole. How many of you have worked for somebody that said one thing and did something else? Do as I say, not as I do. The ones that have all the answers but don't even have all the questions. We've all known that guy. We've all known that guy who thinks that just pay the person enough and they'll stick around for just a little bit longer. But what do we get if we just pay people more? All we get is disgruntled, highly paid people. And we repeat the same thing, and great bosses don't want this. Great bosses know that what didn't work yesterday certainly won't work tomorrow. They look for a different way. They know that tomorrow's solutions cannot be gathered by repeating the same mistakes we've made. We cannot continue to lead with 21st century ideas, with 20th century ideas, if we're going to make 20th century mistakes. So here's the thing. All of us go to work every day and work for organizations that at some point become the leaders. They're the risk takers, the rule breakers, and the label shakers. They're the ones that succeed in spite of all of the things that they do wrong. And the reason they do that is because they have relationships. They know you can't chase two rabbits if you're going to try to just do one great thing. They do one thing at a time and do it exceptionally well. And that one thing is building relationships. Relationships are what drives business and what drives the world. So the choice is yours. You can either be the same boss you had, or you can step out. Step out and do something different today and tomorrow, so that maybe you become the boss you need. Maybe you become the reason why somebody succeeds. Maybe you become the reason for change.
Yeah.